people or Edomites?
White people or Edomites? Yeah, that's what we so-called white people. Now, let me get this real quick here in Genesis, right?
Okay.
We'll teach
Where are we
you.
at? Genesis 36?
Genesis 25, right?
Okay.
Go to Genesis 25 now.
Okay.
When you say black or you say white, man, like, you're not literally white, are you?
Right.
Like, I'm talking about the color white. The color white is like the pages right here. These pages are white. Now, you guys in all actuality are like reddish pink. Like, if we're being all actuality. Like me, I'm not black. They call me black, but I'm really brown in complexion.
Yeah.
See?
So you're going off of the fact that Esau was born
red. Let me just read it real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Genesis 25 and 23. It says, "And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manners of people shall be separated from thy bowels." Now, how you gonna have 2 nations in someone's womb? 2 different totally type of people shall be separated from thy bowels. I mean, 2 different mannerisms, right? You know what I'm saying? That's what's in this was in Rebecca's womb right now. It says, "The one shall be stronger than the other people. The elder shall serve the youngest." So, when you look at so-called white people or so-called black people, who would be the stronger? I mean, like, just being honest with yourself.
Are we talking about
like physically? Like, who's a stronger people?
Physically?
Yeah. Physically,
I would say normally it'd be black people would have a more muscle mass than white people.
Like, you look at that sports, who dominates sports?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
who's just like, they got an advantage because of their physicality.
Right.
You know what I mean? That would be so-called black, you know? But this is verse 24. It says, "And when her days were to be delivered, were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. The first came out red all over like a hairy garment. They called his name Esau." So the first came out red. So now let me read on. It says, "And after that, his brother came out and took hold of Esau's heel." So now, why does it not describe Jacob? It described Esau, but it did not describe Jacob whatsoever. Because Jacob came out looking like everybody else, like you're supposed to look like, just with complexion. You got some melanin in your skin. But Esau, he came out red all over like a hairy garment. This man came out looking different.
Right.
You look into that word Esau, it means Ishashwath in the Hebrew. You understand? And Ishashwath, that means to basically be wasted. To be wasted. So basically his melanin was wasted from him. You know? That's what that meant. Say Edom, Esau, it means red, which is, you know what I mean, what it describes. So your people in all actuality complexion, y'all are actually red. When you guys blush and all this kind of stuff, you guys get red, you know? Your blood shows forth. You see what I'm saying? But real quick, let me, because you did ask me if who you guys were. I'll go to Obadiah like you're in, right? This is Obadiah, you know, this is Obadiah chapter, Slacky. Let's get there. Obadiah 1:1, it says, "The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord God, concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us depart against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised." So the Lord said, "I made you guys small among the heathen." That's why, as so-called Caucasians, you guys have your guys' birth rates and like mortality and stuff like that is going down. You know what I mean? They actually say that if you guys don't be mixing the race and stuff like that, you guys will actually like literally die off. You guys have been made small among the heathen, and they call you guys what, like the majority? Or actuality?
Do you believe that the text in Obadiah has already been fulfilled?
No, not at all.
No?
Not at all. No.
Okay. Well, then that would be.
Because has Esau, the house of Esau, been done away with? Are they gone?
No, and that's what my argument was to you, that this book has already been fulfilled. But if you're saying that it hasn't, then that completely separates our understandings of the text. My text would say that there shouldn't be any white people running around if we're descendants of Esau.
No, because this has not happened yet, though. Because it does say that there's not going to be any remaining in the house of Esau in verse 18. So, are there still Edomites on this earth? Is the Edomites extinct? Did the Lord say
they
that
are.
So they went extinct when?
They are.
Can you bring that out in prophecy?
That's what I was just looking for where it was fulfilled. Where's Will? Did he?
Yeah, they're gone. They went to Walmart.
Okay.
The Walmart on Jacksboro.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't call them back, man. They can show me if they have it. Yeah. But basically, I'll read 21. It says, "And Savior shall come up out of Mount Zion to judge the Mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's." So now this is going into prophecy, man. The kingdom has not yet been established.
It has.
You know? The kingdom of heaven?
Yeah.
The kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like the kingdom of heaven. So this is the kingdom of heaven.
No, this is Earth.
Yeah, so we're not yet in the kingdom.
It's already been established. Because you're here on Earth doesn't mean it's not
look,
already
it just says
established.
the
Because
Mount of
Christ is already
Zion
established.
to judge the Mount
Christ
of
established
Esau.
it whenever he was
It
resurrected.
says, Savior shall come up upon the Mount of Zion to judge the Mount of Esau. Delivers, that's what that means, delivers. And the kingdom shall be the Lord's. So now is the kingdom the Lord's right now?
Yeah.
It's literally like
Absolutely.
the earth, the dominion and everything ruled by the Most High God right now.
Absolutely.
Are you sure?
Yeah. You think anything's outside of God's control?
So basically all this stuff going on, you got evil people still walking around. You got sinners still walking around. Is this really the kingdom of heaven?
This is not. This is Earth.
Yeah, so basically the kingdom of heaven has not yet come. Right? It tells you
No, it's already established.
it's not come yet. It's talking about when it comes.
The physical manifestation of the New Jerusalem has not come yet. The kingdom of heaven's already been established since Christ's resurrection.
Real quick, let me go back to Obadiah, right? I'm gonna keep reading. It says, verse 3 says, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So that's talking about like so-called white people, right? It says, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee, right? Thou dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, right? Because your people were actually the people who dwelt in the Caucasus Mountains. You look into your actual history in Georgia, Russia, you guys were the ones who were dwelling in the Caucasus Mountains. That's why the Lord said, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. Y'all were the actual cavemen, you know, the original cavemen, right? That's why in history you don't see no type of black people being depicted as cavemen. It's always a white person, you know, because y'all were the ones that dwelt in the cleft of the rocks. Thou exalt thyself as the eagle. Thou set thy nest among the stars. Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So, like, whose symbol is the eagle?
Who what?
Who exalts himself like an eagle? Whose symbol is the eagle? Any of y'all know that? Whose symbol is the eagle?
Were you gonna say America or what?
Yeah, America. Not just America, but Roman Empire had that. The Roman Empire, the Greeks, all right, the Phoenicians, the Europeans. Who else? Like anybody that you got of European descent, they all exalt themselves like an eagle, man. You know? Thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down. It says, if thieves came to thee and robbers by night, how hast thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they have had enough? And the grapes gatherers came to thee by thee, would they not leave some grapes? And that's just talking about how y'all go into people's nations and y'all steal. Y'all literally steal everything on this earth, man. And all these buildings, this whole land was stolen. I'm just gonna say that. This whole land was stolen. Y'all be going into people's nations and taking their gold, their wealth, their silver, right. And then y'all oppress them, you know? That's what it's talking about. Like, y'all literally have no mercy, man. Your nation, y'all are ruthless, man. This place was built off of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, yet y'all don't even want to give none to us. You know, y'all just greedy. You know, that's what that's going into. But it says, how are the hidden things that Esau sought up, and his hidden things sought up, right? Because y'all like to hide everything, man, you know? Y'all nation, y'all think that y'all can get away with basically stealing everything and then coming out on the other side acting like y'all the good guy. Everybody still praises y'all because they think America is a land of the brave, home of the free. You see what I'm saying? Y'all come off like that, but in actuality, y'all are like seriously like devils, to be honest. Like y'all are like the most wicked people on this earth.
How would you
know,
feel if I
you
said
do.
that about you people?
Is it true though? I mean, if it was true, like I'll be like, all right, look, our people are our people are wicked. I would admit it.
Do you not,
but if you know
do
that your people wicked,
do you not see the problem with applying issues to the color of people's skin? You not see an issue with that?
You said what?
Applying people's problems or issues to the color of their skin.
We're not talking about color of skin, man, because color of skin doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all, because if that was a fact,
who are you talking about whenever you say you people?
Huh?
Who are you talking about whenever you say you people? Talking about
people. I'm talking about the Edomites. Edomites. We're reading about Edomites right now in the Book of Obadiah, bro. All right. So basically,
I'm not an Edomite though.
I'm not talking about color.
Esau's already been.
I'm proving it to you.
Destroyed.
I'm proving it to you. Esau has not yet been destroyed, right? Let me see.
I gotta Google it. I don't know off the top of my head.
All right, cool. So you know who Gog and Magog is?
So what?
You know who Gog and Magog is?
I mean, I'm not familiar with their story, but
No,
yeah, I
like
know the names.
they're actual like nationality of people. Yeah. It's a great grandson. It's a grandson of Esau. You understand? So. let me get this. Let me bring this out for you real quick. I don't know where I put it on. Yeah, Khan. This is Revelations, right? Something that has not happened yet. Would you say the book of Revelations have been fulfilled?
Most of it, yeah.
So, we'll see this. Revelations chapter 20. You think that's been fulfilled?
Read it.
Right. Okay. So this is talking about the 1,000-year reign of Christ. Okay. This is Revelations 20. I'll read fast to one, right? And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit in his hand, and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, the old serpent, which is the devil, Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. So on and so forth. I'll skip on to 4. It says, and I saw the thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Jesus, Yahushua, and the word of God, which they had held, which they had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither received the mark upon their foreheads and their hands, and they reigned and lived with Hamashiach 1,000 years. Okay, so I'm gonna go to 7. It says, and when 1,000 years were to be expired, the Satan was loosed from his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the 4 quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of them who is as the sand of the sea. So this is a prophecy that Gog and Magog, they're gonna try to come up against Christ in this 1,000-year reign. You know, so basically Gog and Magog, that's actually the descendants of Esau. So if Esau's been destroyed, how are Gog and Magog still alive? They're descendants.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So basically, the Edomites are still, like, there's still a people today, living today. They have not yet been destroyed, right? The book of Obadiah has not yet been fulfilled, man. You know? Let me go back to it. Let me actually go to Ezekiel. No, you know what the better one is? Isaiah, right? Because this is a prophecy that has not yet been fulfilled. What's that again?
Concerning what?
Which one? Concerning Edom. What is it again?
Which one? Actually, which one?
Yeah, no, it's right here. It says, Isaiah 34:1, it says, come near, ye nations, hear and hearken, ye people of the earth. It says, all the people that is therein, the world, and the things that come forth. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all armies. He had utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and their mountains shall be melted with their blood. The host of heaven shall be dissolved, the heaven shall be rolled together as a scroll. When it is rolled, when the host shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, as the failing fig from the fig tree. So you know what that's quoting right there? That's in Revelation chapter 6 and 12. You know, he says that the heavens are going to roll together as a scroll. You know, so this is going into the 6th seal. You understand? So the 6th seal is happening right now. So this is a prophecy that has not yet happened. It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, the people of my curse, to judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord had a sacrifice of Bozrah and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Idumea, that's just talking about Esau, Edom.
Yeah.
So the Lord said when he comes back to destroy, he got a great sacrifice for Edom. You know, he's going to destroy a lot of people, all the people actually, or a lot actually, out of Idumea. And after that, it's going to be 1,000 years they go into slavery. After that, it's going to be no more remaining in the house of Esau, man. You know? So to be honest,
So what's your point?
he came up and he was asking if he was an Edomite, basically. So yeah. You guys are actually
because I was under the impression that Obadiah's already been fulfilled, and I still am. I can't figure out where that's confirmed. But Obadiah says that Edom is done,
Right.
and so my point is that Edom's done, or there's some Edomites running around. But he brought up a good point about Revelation, about Gog and Magog, which I'm not as familiar with. But if that is true,
I got another precept here, man.
we'd have to have another conversation about post-millennial or pre-millennial eschatology.
Yeah. This is something that hasn't happened, right? says Amos 9.
Are you post-mill? No, pre-mill?
Right.
Sorry, where are we
Amos
at?
9 and 11, right? Amos 9 and 11. This is the prophecy that has not yet been fulfilled. It says, in that day I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is falling, close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up the ruins, and I will build it up as in the days of old. So has that happened? Has that yet happened? Is that like something that is a prophecy, or did that happen like before, like, you know? I'll let you kind of decide.
Yeah, that's already been fulfilled. That was fulfilled after,
Nehemiah.
if you get on further, it says, also I will restore the captivity of my people Israel.
Go.
So rebuild the ruined cities and live in them. So it's talking about Israel coming out of captivity.
Hold on.
So,
Okay.
so yeah.
We'll move on a little bit, right? This is Amos chapter 9, verses 9. It says, "For lo, I will command, and I will sift." Amos 9 and 9, just 2 verses up.
Okay.
I will command, and I will sift out the house of Israel among all nations, like a corn is sifted in the sheaf. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. So has Israel been sifted out among all nations? Right now? Really? So the Israelites,
This is
so
talking about back
basically,
in the
so wait,
Babylonian
hold
captivity.
on. This is talking about, so the Israelites have been gathered up by the Most High God, and they've been put back into their land, and they're not dwelling amongst everyone else. Just like because there's a curse.
They were after their
So right now,
Babylonian captivity.
so right now the Israelites are on top right now. They're in power, basically, in their kingdom.
This isn't
I will
talking about
sift
now.
them among all nations.
Look, the Israelites were scattered to the four corners of this whole earth,
Right.
and they have not been gathered together. Look, that's when it says that David said.
You could read the next verse too.
Yeah, Colin, just go on. It says, "And the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake us nor prevent us." Hey, so this is talking about when the sinners are gonna be taken, man. You know,
When the sword comes.
Yeah, when the sword comes, basically. When
That hasn't happened
when the
yet.
Most High God comes to destroy His people, hey, it says that the sinners are gonna be destroyed. This is talking about like when the Most High God and His Son come back. This is not talking about it's happening.
When the what?
When the Most High God, when His Son comes
Most
back.
High.
Yeah, you know. So basically, I'm gonna read on. It says, "In the day will I raise up to the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and will close with the breaches thereof, and the ruins, and will raise up his ruins, and I will build it up as in the days of old." So this is a prophecy that.
I got it.
Yeah, you want to what?
Meaning
Yeah, go ahead.
back in the time of David, the kingdom was one. Back in the time of David, the kingdom was one. But when Solomon came to rule, then the kingdom got split, right? The northern and the southern kingdom.
Yeah,
you understand? And that's been happening up until this day. So this prophecy hasn't been fulfilled yet, because the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, pursuant to Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 15, that will come to one staff. You understand?
That's right.
So this well, read that again one more time.
It says, in that day I will raise up the tabernacles of David that is falling, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up the ruins, and I will build it up as in the days of old.
Right, that's what it means. Like the ruins, when the kingdom got split, it was in the ruins. You understand? The breaches mean like gaps. So those gaps are going to be filled in with what you guys call Gentiles. The Gentiles are the northern kingdom. Well, you guys won't understand that,
But basically, I'm gonna read on. It says that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all the heathen, which are called by the name, saith the Lord, that does this.
and that's that. You read that, you can get this in Isaiah 14:1. You can't tell me Isaiah 14:1 is fulfilled.
Isaiah 14:1 now?
They'll possess the remnant of Edom, and then all the heathen.
So yeah, basically
That
it just means like everyone's going into slavery, which is that has not happened at all.
Yeah, not at all. Israel has never had all nations of people
It's subjection.
in subjection.
At that point, not at all. So let's read that. This is Isaiah 14:1. It says, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and will set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob." Right? So basically, just said that they're gonna take them, right? Not like ask them at all. So, and they're gonna cleave. Basically, they're gonna need them. It says, "And the people shall take them, and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord, for servants and for handmaids, and they shall take them captives whose captives they were,
Right.
and they shall rule over their oppressors, man. So this is talking about the land of the Lord. He said they're gonna take the strangers. Strangers is just anybody who's not of the land, basically, and they're gonna possess them for servants and handmaids in the land of the Lord, and they're gonna rule over the captives, whose captives they were, right? So I mean, I don't know how you can get past that, man. To be honest, that has not happened. This is a prophecy that has not happened. Let me go to 60. Isaiah 60.
Hang on. Still reading.
Well, what do you think about this scripture right here? This is Revelation 13:9. Right? It says, "If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints." So, like, what do y'all think about that? To be honest, just like as anybody, what do you think about that scripture? If any man kill with the sword, he must be killed with the sword. If any man leads a nation into captivity, he's got to go into they got to go into captivity too. So basically, for what you guys did to our people, so-called Black Spanish and the Americans, leading us into the transatlantic slave trade, sub-Saharan slave trade.
Yeah, the people that did that should have received the death penalty if we're going by God's law. I mean, that's what He commanded in Exodus 22 or something like that. It says in verse 3, "And it will be in the day when the Lord gives you rest from your pain and turmoil and harsh service in which you have been enslaved, that you will take up this taunt against the king of Babylon and say, how the oppressor has ceased and how fury has ceased." This has already been fulfilled.
What was that read again?
14.1's already been fulfilled. That was about the Babylonian captivity.
So basically,
Right after it says, "And it will be in the day when the Lord gives you rest from your pain and turmoil and harsh service in which you have been enslaved." Talking about the enslavement in Babylon.
No, let me go back to it. Right, because it's kind of I don't really want to like say too much about this, but when it talks about Babylon, that's talking about this is modern day Babylon, because this is Babylon the Great.
No,
who do you think Babylon the Great is?
Talking about the Babylonian captivity.
But like, who's Babylon the Great?
Nebuchadnezzar.
But who is Babylon the Great though?
The nation that lived in Babylon.
No, like in Revelations, the Babylon the Great whore, the daughter of Babylon. Who's that? So you don't know who Babylon the Great is from Revelation, the mystery of Babylon, the Great Whore.
I would say probably. I'd say probably Rome.
That's
But
America.
Again,
America is Babylon the Great.
Rome was built on 7 hills.
Yeah, no. Rome. America was built. The Great Whore. She sat on the 7 mountains. The 7 mountains. Spain, Greece, Russia.
7 hills.
All the stuff, you know. So basically, America takes a lot of their philosophies and doctrines from their ancient predecessors, which would be their ancient, like Greeks, Rome, Spain, Germany. Who else is in there? France, Britain, and then you go on, you know, Spain. So that's what you guys take a lot of the traits from. You see, so America is that great whore. You know, she's the Babylon the Great, because Babylon was known for what? Having all nations come together to be one people, be one language, be one tongue. You know, so America does the same exact thing. Everyone comes together, just one people. You know, land of the free, home of the breed, land of the. I don't know how y'all say it. But yeah, basically, like that's what y'all promote. And y'all promote everyone comes together, and let's just be one language, one people. It's just the same like Babylon. That's why you call it daughter of Babylon, because America takes the traits from her mother, so it's called the daughter. See, so basically, when it's talking about here in 14, that's just talking about Babylon. Then it goes to verse 20: "Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill their faces with the world with cities." Constantly, that's talking about prophecy. They're going to prepare slaughter for their children. There's no account in the Bible where the Israelites literally went and took the whole nation out for their father's sins. This is a future prophecy that has not yet happened, bro. You can't go in the Bible and show me that. If you can, then but you can't.
Let's change the subject
because it's
a
a
little bit.
future prophecy. All right, what's your question, man?
Do you affirm which books of the New Testament do you deny?
What do you mean?
Do you deny any of the books in the New Testament?
No.
You hold them all as truth, all as Scripture?
All Scripture is
okay.
profitable. Right?
All right, good deal. All right, so how is a man justified before God?
How is a man justified before the Most High God? Having faith in His Son and then keeping the commandments.
Can you explain that a little bit more?
Like having faith in His Son, Yahushua, that He died on the cross, keeping the faith, and then also keeping the commandments.
So what if I have faith, or what if I keep the commandments but I don't have faith?
Well, then that's faith without works. That's faith without works.
No, not faith. If I was obedient to the commandments and not faithful.
Oh, then you can't do that. No man is justified by the law. You're not going to be saved by the law.
Okay.
Right? But you need that faith with it too. That's why faith without works is dead. So we got to have both.
So I would argue that you're saved by faith alone, and that the obedience is the necessary result of that faith.
Yeah, basically.
You would agree with that?
Basically.
Okay. Well then, so long as you agree with that, then I think we're on the same page as far as salvation goes. I've talked with some other Black Hebrew Israelites that have said that we're justified by the law.
No, that shows our obedience. So basically, you show your faith by your works. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah, I would
so
agree
how
with
you
that.
show your faith is by keeping the commandments.
But I've talked to some guys that said that you were justified
real quick.
by works.
You show your faith by your works, and your works are keeping the commandments. So when you keep the commandments, you're showing your faith. So I mean, they go together. You know what I mean? So I mean, like, to be honest, like, yeah, you do need to keep the commandments. You know, it's necessary. Paul said that do we make void the law through faith? He said, God forbid.
Yeah.
Yeah, we establish it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I would agree with that. So that's different. That right there is different theology than what I've heard from other people who called themselves Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah.
So it's so that we can agree on at least.
Yeah, but to be honest, you couldn't. To be honest, that the faith, Christ would have to come for you. So you understand that Christ didn't come for everybody. He came for only the Israelites.
I agree with that too.
So
I don't think that he effectually died for everyone.
Yeah.
But it's not based on nationality.
Kind of is though.
It's not though.
It kind of is. Let me get this. This is Romans chapter 9, right? Romans
Does
chapter
he die
9.
for Israel?
9 verses 3.
Huh?
It does say he died for Israel.
Yeah. And it also says that we are Israel. We're
you sure? Is he says? What do you mean? Like you are Israel? Are you Israelite?
Yeah. It's
so you're like a literal blood-born Israelite.
No, by faith.
By faith,
yeah.
So you're a spiritual Israelite.
Right.
So can you show me that?
For every man.
Can you show me that?
Yeah.
Sure.